I just want to make this notation. I missed something about these relays. You want to take your 87A and you want to deadhead that thing, because with everything off, that is hot. So you want to make sure and deadhead both of those very carefully. Wrap them multiple times, multiple layers. Be sure and do that thing now, okay? I have decided to prop this up because it's not working still, and take this off. You got to take off the screws along here. I don't know how many there are, but they're what are they? They are T20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and blah blah blah. Enough of them. Get all those out. Now you're going to find these little screws. Oop, if you don't drop them and lose them, you're going to find these little screws come out with what I think is a 2.5 millimeter hex key. You better find out where they are. They're underneath this trim right here. So you have to pull this trim back, and then you'll see these expose themselves. And then you pull up on it, and the whole thing pops out. And then, because you got to get these two here out of there. So, 06 is when that was made. Okay, so put this in a safe place. Try not to lose your little indicators for being put on and taken off and all that. Okay, so now I got 7s yesterday on the 2 Hall effect sensors here. You can kind of see that one. The other one's buried. It's right down in there. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what's going on. So this is that cable that I hear about clicking. Mine doesn't seem to do that. I understand you can get this whole mechanism. I don't see anything mal-threaded or anything like that. So let's go to the other side, such as it is. I'm trying not to cause myself any worse harm than I am. Put your prop stick here, because if you put it here, your glass is down in here, so you might chip it. You know, that don't look the same. Let's just sort of see. Maybe that's some of the top is not locked situation here. Yeah, this one's a little different, but not much. There's a little grease on there. That's a good idea. Put some grease on there. And where does this Hall effect sensor? That has never. That system right there has never been good. Look at that. I just barely. Well, it was broken a long time ago. So, well, I was just saying, I try not to make it any worse on myself than it is. I just did, but that you can tell. I'll fix that, make that better next time. That broke like the first year I had the car. So, and it's got to go down to clear there. So it's got to go down. What we're gonna do? Go to the other side. Let's not break the other little cover. Okay. I don't know. Gonna have to get something to stand on over here. So everything looks kind of good. Let's get my tool here, and you can see what happens. Which hand would be better? I think we'll just stay over here. So your tool, when you're going up into the thing here, see. This will be fun to watch. I'm gonna go over there because it's easier for me to stand. This will be fun to watch. I would recommend you do this. And I got some dry graphite I think I'll spray in there. Might not be a bad idea to pull the cables down and put some graphite in them. There's some Lockies and there's some CRC spray graphite I got for the Bonneville camshaft, actually. Back in the time I was doing that. Okay, let's see what I can do here about making this work. All right, so here they are. They were not exactly in the right place. And this side here doesn't seem to have any sensors. And I've noticed that on this car. Sometimes one side has sensors and the other side doesn't. But let me show you where they are. And I don't know if that's going to be anything that can be adjusted or not. I don't know if it has an adjustment. Really haven't got into it. But the left side is where they are. And they are right here. Right there. That thing there and that thing there. And here's the little chock-a-blocky that goes back and forth over them. So right now it is in the let it down position because these are spring loaded. These do not fold in. I was kind of wondering that at one point. They fold in this way, but I thought maybe they folded in both ways, but they don't. So when the top goes up, this thing is in the stab you position. So I don't know if those have any adjustment at all. It doesn't look real close. I don't know what kind of magnetic field we got there. Don't want to mess with those wires to probe them really, and just make sure everything's plugged in. And that's about all you can really do. So we checked this a little earlier, and they were not all the way back. And you'll get the feel of it. I think this thing's in pretty good shape. But I do wonder if it's possible to get these sensors to come up a little closer. Maybe that's some of the key. But right here and right there is where they are. There aren't any over there that I'm aware of, at least not in this particular model. Okay, this does come off with some consternation. A fair amount of it. There are these little guides. There only seems to be one on this one. Maybe the other ones are lost. I haven't seen anything down in there. I don't think it makes a whole big lot of difference. But they do come off, but it ain't easy. There's a fitting right here. There's a fitting right there. I don't know if I'm on the right spot. I lubricated all of that stuff, by the way. I'm getting ready to drop it down, see where we stand. Yeah, right here, there's a fitting. It just makes this a little bit more flexible. But this thing's really cute. It's precious. So it goes, it slides up and down, and it's got the little thing back there. It makes it pop up at the back. So what I did was, I'm sure I didn't take it out the first time. So I'm going to get my soldering iron and do a little plastic welding here. And but look at this. It's got a little spring on it to kind of, make it actuate kind of nicely. Isn't that sweet? Okay, so let's do a little plastic welding. Looks like super glue held it for a good number of years, but since I'm here, let's try to not only fix it, but let's not hit it again. Big lot of rolling thunder there. Wow, that has actually gone on for about 15-20 seconds. Okay, so here's the repair here. I pulled an old rabbit out of the hat there that I knew about from my early years of working on marine stuff, boat stuff, and making watertight connections, is use shrink tube, and that's why you see that right there, fire resistant. That's good. And so I super glued it together. Then I got some I put on my 2 pieces of heat shrink, made up some JB weld, slipped the heat shrink over the JB weld and shrunk it up, and I think that's going to hold her firm unless I break it putting it in. So there you go. We're going to let that sit there overnight. So I can't drop this down until I put that in. So I think I might just call it a day for this right here. Oh, let's talk about other things. I guess I probably just need to start all over again. But let me finish. I'll finish this up. I got something I want to talk about here. But this is going to be a different video. So tune into that one too. Like and subscribe, and I appreciate you all very much. Whoa, Nelly! It's a real frog strangler out there. It's been raining like this for about 40 minutes. It's like a veritable flood. And glad I cut the grass. Looks like it's lightening up out there a little bit, but it's just been pouring. I had to close the doors. All right, you ready for the big moment? I got that piece of trim back on. Man, it ain't easy, but it ain't hard. So if you have those bust on you, don't feel bad. I got my latches back up. I checked my Hall effect sensors there, and I'm hoping beyond hope that when I take off this piece of black tape, okay, I give it like a 1 in what do you, okay, place your bids in the comments below. 1 in 7. Okay, here we go. I don't believe it. I believe the top would actually function now if I hit the button. I'm breathless. So I think I must have got those 2 sensors I worked on in the last video somewhat in the right place. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm literally welling up. I'm gonna have to get something to drink. I thought this was way beyond my capacity because I'm not a computer dude. So I think I'll just leave it alone, and I'll just leave the top down until I have to push the button. I'm overcome. Joy, rapture. Okay. Bye-bye. Now if I could overcome the seatbelt problem, I'd be happier too, but I've had that, I think I've had that for, I've had the seat out one time, and I did some fixes, but nothing fixes it. But maybe the little computer will help me, I don't know. Wow.